Thank you. Take your time.
Why is everybody like? Why
Hey
is the
y'all, I'm
police
Pat
fighting
Scott,
me?
former Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Watch Nights.
We will continue to provide updates as we have more information.
Former Kentucky State Representative, and you're joining me today on State Watch Nights.
The following is a pre-recorded broadcast brought to you live for the purpose of live discussion.
Attorney Benjamin Crump, thank you for joining me today on Stay Live Streams. I appreciate your time. I wanted to briefly touch on a couple of things. I know that last week, the sentencing hearing of Brett Hankison being sentenced to 33 months, however, and 3 years of supervised probation. There was an article stating recently that Trump likely open to pardoning Brett Hankison. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it'll be very troubling, Mr. Maxwell. I think the fact that he had been convicted by a jury, an all-white jury who heard all of the evidence, a trial that spanned over a week's time, and that they concluded, based on the evidence, that he had violated the civil rights of Breonna Taylor. And it was very profound when you think about it, because the Department of Justice prosecutor in this Trump administration was trying to argue that they don't even know if they would have bought this case, that this wasn't really a crime. And the judge had to tell him that, no, violating of civil rights in the United States of America is a crime. And that when Brett Hankison stood at Breonna Taylor's front door and shot 10 bullets, then that represented a seizure, because she was not free to leave her apartment. And there's a Fourth Amendment prohibition against unlawful searches and seizures. And so thank God the judge was advocating for Breonna Taylor, because the prosecutor from the United States was arguing for the police officer. They were trying to exonerate this police officer. And so it is troubling. So if he were to pardon this officer, it would be the ultimate disrespect to the memory and legacy of Breonna Taylor and Black people in general.
Now, I sat in that courtroom, and just as you stated, yes, the attorney for the USA side was advocating for Brett Hankison, and I was appalled. I personally had never seen anything like that before in my time, and possibly may never. But while Donald Trump is president, maybe I will. And sadly to say, I'm curious, what is the response, or what is the reaction should Donald Trump pardon Brett Hankison from this verdict, from the sentencing?
Obviously, we should exercise everything in our power to let the president and his administration know that this is a flagrant disregard to the constitutional rights of Black people. And then we must all be unapologetic defenders of Black life, Black liberty, and Black humanity. And that should be a rallying call for us to make sure that we challenge his power in the 2026 election, that we vote like Breonna's life depend on it, and we elect the Democrats to control the House so we can have Hakeem Jeffries as the first Black Speaker of the United States House of Representatives in U.S. history. And so it's important. Now, we pray he doesn't do that, but nobody is surprised or shocked by anything that this president does, because they have declared war on Black and brown people in America.
Through every note, every performance, the arts connect us. The arts connect us through joy and through awe, bridging cultures and generations. From intimate theaters to the grandest stages, the arts bring us together, reminding us that we're never truly alone. When we experience the arts, we experience each other. Kentucky Performing Arts. The arts connect us.
I just have a couple more questions for you because I again appreciate your time. I know you have a short time here. How do citizens trust the judicial system while Donald Trump is president?
I don't think they trust it much when you see about all the unconstitutional, illegal things that they are doing. It's like they are ruling just because they have the might. And America, we're at a crossroads. We have to decide whether we're going to be a democracy where the Constitution and due process reign supreme, or are we going to descend into a police state where we just say, just because you have the might, you feel that makes you right. Just because you have the guns, you think that you're right. Just because you control the House and the Senate and the White House, you think that you don't have to respect American citizens' rights to the constitutional guarantees. So I think there's a very huge chasm that's growing of mistrust between people of color, especially Black people, and this administration and this government.
Attorney Ben Crump, I thank you for your time. I just have one more question for you. I know, obviously, Brett Hankison stood for his sentencing hearing against federal judge Rebecca Grady Jennings, but there are two other officers to face sentencing. Am I correct on that?
You are. You're correct. Yes, they're the ones who were found to have told untruthful statements on the probable cause affidavit that gave the judge the rationale and reason to sign the no-knock warrant in the first place.
Understood. I appreciate your time, Attorney Benjamin Crump. Thank you so much. Unless there's anything you want to add that I haven't asked you yet.
Now, let's continue to say her name, Breonna Taylor. Her life mattered. Black women lives matter.
Black women's lives matter indeed. And let's say her name, Breonna Taylor. Thank you so much. And I understand Reverend Al Sharpton's having a march on Wall Street August 28th. Will you be in attendance?
I will be. Yes, sir.
Sir, I'll see you out there, and you have a good rest of your evening. Thank you again for joining me on Stay Live Streams.
Thank you for using your voice to make a difference for our people in our communities.
I'm certainly trying, sir.
If you do nothing else.
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 Stay live.